Before I recorded this video, I put an intention out that this would reach the right people. So if you clicked on it, it very well might be for you. Of course, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, but I advise that you stick around. Something that is so scary, guys, I picked out cards. I'm not like a tarot card reader, like I'm still learning, but the cards that I picked out were so scarily accurate to what I'm going to be talking about today that I just had no choice but to include them because it's actually crazy. So strap in, okay? Wherever you are. If you're not in the car, still strap in. Listen, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not trying to single you out, but what are we holding on to? There's something that you're holding on to so tightly that you kind of know that it's a little bit toxic for you and you shouldn't be doing, but you're still doing it. I feel like you're kind of like in a period where you feel emotionally numb to things. Like there's people that are reaching out to you. There's people that want to interact with you or like new people, but you're just like not letting it happen because you're so confined to this old what's familiar, if that makes sense. Like you're so used to what's familiar that you don't want to accept new. And then on top of that, we got the hermit. So you're like kind of in your isolation phase. And how I see this and how I give advice about this one is when I see him holding a light, it automatically tells me that you need to find meaning in your solitude. That sometimes being alone is necessary in order to find meaning, in order to find like yourself, if that makes sense. With this emotional numbness, it's like you're holding on to this so much because I think you're scared of being in isolation, or you're currently in isolation and you just feel emotionally numb to anything new because you were so used to holding on to what was familiar. And then we got the Five of Cups. And how I see this card is that you are looking at all the cups that have fallen, and then there's two cups that are standing up that you're not noticing because there's so many new opportunities I feel like you have, but you're just holding on to this. And then we have the Death that just, okay, I just dropped the cards, thanks. With all these things of feeling isolated and lonely and emotional numbness, plus feeling like you're only looking at the bad sides of life and holding on to toxic things, we have the Death card, which literally symbolizes either endings or transformations. You need to realize the only way you're going to be able to welcome new things in your life is if you're willing to let go of the old things. Because holding on to these toxic things are only going to make you fall into a cycle of this again, okay? And if you want to leave that cycle, you need to let go. This is your sign you need to let go of that thing. The truth of the matter is, all of this is not bad. The whole thing and the whole process is not bad because it leads you to more self-discovery. But the main problem stems from you holding on to the toxic thing. That's where it stems from. And if you want to grow and you want to learn, you're going to have to let go of it. You're going to have to end it, whatever it is. I actually want to pull another card. Okay, what did I get? Yep, okay, Page of Wands. You're going to be embarking on a new journey. After all this loneliness, isolation, all these phases that you've been through, the page is going to be you rediscovering your spark. Like, what made you light up, okay? And you're going to be discovering it again. Because I just have a feeling a lot of you guys have been going through a tower moment, not gonna lie. This whole thing is looking like there's a certain part where you went through a really hard tower phase and stuff. But, bro, stop. I picked up this because I was literally going to put my deck back. Okay, so exactly what I was talking about. Maybe it's not the tower card, but yeah, this is a tower moment in itself because you're over there and you're sad and you're crying on your bed. Yeah, I'm just seeing so much loneliness and just like, you know, you don't want to let go of things. And then we have the Hermit with the isolation and all this. Like, it's really giving me like, once you let go of this thing, it's going to put you in all these phases where you might feel alone, but you're going to embark on a new journey. You're going to start a new chapter of your life and it's going to be better. So I know it's scary to let things go, and I think that's the main point of this video is like letting things go is not easy. Whatever phase you're in right now, maybe you're at the beginning of what I just pulled or you're at the end or near the end, I want you to know that it takes time. Everything takes time. Whether or not you feel lonely as fuck right now, like I promise you, and this is coming from a YouTuber that like doesn't know your life, so you're probably like, who are you? Like, how do you know what's good for me?
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
There is better days forward. Like, regardless of how lonely you feel, regardless of how isolated you feel, a lot of those feelings are very temporary. Regardless if you believe it or not, like, you're going to meet new people, and just you just have to give it time, to be honest. Like, just know that loneliness is not the end, it's just a part of the process and it's a part of the journey. If you've been afraid of being alone, I want you to look at the Hermit and realize that a place of solitude and understanding like a meaning behind it is very important because you can find a lot of things about yourself and you can grow, okay? Look what I got. this is the card of collaboration. This is the card of meeting new people. Like, I'm telling you guys, you're not going to be alone forever. You're not going to be alone forever. You're going to meet new people. It's just about you having hope in yourself and understanding that being alone sometimes is the solution to understanding who you truly are. Because if you have like a bunch of toxic people around you, it's like you'll never find your authentic self. But if you sit there and you're alone and you feel like shit, you're going to rediscover yourself. It's like breaking yourself to find yourself. And I feel like a lot of us need to do that sometimes. Trust. Look, I literally just shuffled this back in and look what comes out again. Trust that you're being guided somewhere better. Trust that with these endings, with these transformations, that even though you might be leaving things behind, it might do you better than you think it will. Trust that you're being guided somewhere that's better and clearer for you, and that there's a clear path for you, regardless if you see it as clear or not. You are never alone because you have yourself. And I say this all the time, but it's true. This is not an advertisement, but I've been reading this book called The Loneliness Problem lately. It's by Susan Reynolds, and it's such a good book because it not only outlines like external loneliness, but it also outlines internal loneliness. It's a book with like journaling pages so you can talk about like what makes you feel lonely and like trying new things, and it's just such a good book. Like it's so helpful and I love it. I think it's really important to invest in things like this, or just like invest in like a journal that you can write down how you feel in, because with loneliness you really need to like take advantage of it, because even though you feel so alone right now, it's better to not like lay in the misery of feeling lonely. It's better to like be like, okay, what can I do for myself while I'm in this period of loneliness? How can I help myself and how can I grow? Sure, maybe I have no one, or I feel like I have no one, but in reality, at the end of the day, I have myself, and where can I help myself grow? Because there's so many places in my life where I can grow, where I can be better. I honestly don't do a lot of tarot card readings just because like I'm kind of new to tarot, but I've started to understand the meanings and use my intuition a lot better, so it's been very helpful. I hope this video resonated with you guys. I tried something new today, so let me know if you guys are interested in content like this, and I will start posting more like this because I feel like it's kind of fun for me too. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really greatly appreciate it. Anyways, I love you guys, and bye.